I love Lamp. I love Gungans and droids. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails, a grand arena story. Guys, we are in the first match of the season of ships, and we have three ships, three fleets we have to show the fights for and deploy defenses for. So we're going to explore that. We're going to explore all sorts of things. There are some crazy counters. My opponent is a very, very skilled player, as you will see. So here's the situation. Facing Archivos Runa from one of the Ka guilds, and look at his lifetime banners, guys. I know that that's not relevant as much anymore, but I probably finished with higher lifetime banners than I actually deserved, frankly, and that means that anyone who has higher lifetime banners than me is almost certainly much better of a player than me. But on top of that, usually of those guys, I'm like, well, they're going to have a lower GP than me. I'll have an advantage. But not so much, guys. Look at the very bottom. He has more GP than me as well. And then if you look at the mods, there's no question of why he's won so many matches, guys. Look at all those. Look at all those wins he's gotten. Well, all those mods he's gotten. He's winning on mods by every metric. And then, I mean, the relics are pretty close to the same. He's got an advantage. It's not an enormous advantage, but he's definitely coming out ahead there in terms of just material advantage. He's certainly beating me. There's no question. Though I've upped my offensive percent mod game. As you can see, it still needs some work, but I have been specifically targeting that. So we're starting to march. We even have a bar of green there. That's pretty amazing. So he always places 4 GLs and General Skywalker at the bare minimum. And so you have to look at my defenses and ask if I'm actually just crazy because I placed 4 GLs of my own and General Skywalker. And the Commander Luke team I split up into the Dash and the CLS as CLS repurposed as Lobot there, guys. And of course we have the Iden Versio team. We have all sorts of awesome stuff going on here, guys. But I mostly was trying to make it so that he would run out of his own GLs, so he wouldn't be able to easily counter me in the back. And you guys will see how that ends up working. I only kept 2 for offense, though, and so you can see here in the bottom front, this is the zone we have to get through to get to his back zone. He's got Jedi Master Kenobi up front, as well as a really well-modded Supreme Leader Kylo. He's also got his Commander Luke, and the Bando team, and I mean the Luke team especially looks like bait, but the Bando team also, it's like, what's he trying to get me to use my Bounty Hunters and my General Grievous squads on? Like that's what I thought that he was trying to target me for, and he wants me to use those up so that whatever's in the back is going to really hurt me. Up top, he's got some Wampa food. He's got Darth Revan team, and it looks weird at first because Darth Basti isn't there, but the thing is, it's targeting Imperial Trooper squads because after you take out that initial tank, that Sith Empire Trooper, it's still very difficult to get through any of these characters, and you can potentially let them have a turn if you're not careful. And so this is a very well-constructed squad that's specifically targeting my Imperial Troopers, trying to get them out. And I think he put the Qui-Gon team up top there just to mess with the idea of me using Bad Batch down south, just so that I wouldn't use them on like Beskar Mando or something like that. And then of course he's got the Dash team at ridiculous speeds, as you might imagine. Before we jump into the actual videos, folks, just want to remind you, if you want to support this channel for free, all you've got to do, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, all those awesome things, ding the bell if you're braver than me. I've never done it, but you can do it. I have faith in you. That being said, let's jump into the actual fighting, folks. Lots of cool counters and things to discuss here against this overpowered opponent. Alright, we're going to take General Grievous here against Luke, even though we know it feels a little bit trappish. I decided, I mapped it out, and I was like, regardless of what he has in the back zone, I think I have the right comp to be able to deal with it without using General Grievous here. So, you know, of course, all of our fights are sped up a little bit so you guys can see, but we're trying to get target lock on everyone that we possibly can. You always put extortion on Luke because he pays it like a good boy every single time. I don't know if he's a good boy, actually. If he pays his extortion, it means he's got something to hide. But we really need to start taking care of this Chewbacca, but of course, he's got really high tenacity, hard to get him. So everyone's supposed to be targeting someone who already has target lock, unless there be one. And then, of course, I went rogue a little bit with Grievous because I needed to start getting some damage on him. But, alright, Commander Luke switched his stances. He's paid his extortion, and now we can go at him here. And Han just keeps not being target locked, and so Magna Guard paid the ultimate price. But I mean, really, that's the price we're all fine with him paying. He should, by definition, be fine with it. So. All right, you know, this actually worked out pretty well because I didn't have BB-8. BB-8's on defense, remember, with the Commander Luke team, the Lobot, Luke as Lobot team. So Nute is better against this comp anyways. So it ended up okay. 70 banners is fine. Now we're gonna take a risk, folks. This is the title page, the title of it. We're using a solo Lord Vader against Supreme Leader Kylo, and I found out later I'm supposed to have a little bit more health and protection added up, but you know, I do have a crit damage triangle. That's another of the components. And here's the thing, guys. There's nothing on this Lord or this Supreme Leader Kylo squad that is especially I don't know, scary, I guess, for my Lord Vader. He does like there's no healing immunity, and I don't know, there's just nothing here that's extremely scary. Like, obviously, they can do a lot of damage to me, and it's a little scary, but they can't crit me, and a lot of the strength of a Supreme Leader Kylo team is all the crits, because they have all the advantage and everything, and we do get into some really dicey feeling situations where 97% toward the ultimate, and it's like, can we please get me the ultimate ASAP? Okay, we got it. Let's put some debuffs and ability block on there. There we go. We killed a couple guys in the ads. And apparently, I found out later, we're supposed to be hitting First Order Stormtrooper initially anyways, which I don't know. I don't know why. Like, if he's hitting me back, then it might call Supreme Leader Kylo and he'll do more damage. But apparently, you're supposed to be hitting him, not crew. And one thing to keep in mind here, folks, because their Supreme Leader Kylo keeps ramping up his damage because of his mastery increases and everything. We don't want to get crit by their Supreme Leader Kylo, and so one element of the Lord Vader kit is that once his health goes up past 80%, if you heal yourself past 80%, then he will eventually like he can be crit then, and then Supreme Leader Kylo can actually just one-shot you. So that's something you really don't want. You're much more comfortable, ironically, in the yellow area with your life than you know, being in the green. So like that's what I'm debating here. Should I heal there, or should I just do a basic? And really, I mean, just as long as you're in the yellow, that's probably better. Once you're in the low yellow, maybe you get up to the green again, but eventually you just get to smite the F out of his Kylo, and you get 68 banners for your trouble. So a little stressful, but we got it. Now we've got to kill their other Galactic Legend, which is Kenobi. Now this R2-D2 is one of the fastest out there. Super duper fast. 350 speed base. So Kenobi's giving him another 30. And what that does is it makes it really hard for a bounty hunter team to snipe out the cat. And it also means that he might be able to actually just get the stealth onto Cat anyways, if we're not careful. And so the first move that we have to make with Jedi Master Luke, which you guys saw a minute ago, was increase his cooldowns, increase R2-D2's cooldowns, so then he won't be able to put smoke out there. So when Jedi Revan gets a turn finally, you can actually mark Cat. So you know, that's essentially what happened. So we're trying to take Cat out here, or we're trying to trigger Savior on Cat before she runs out of target lock. All right, Grandmaster Yoda. The reason Grandmaster Yoda is here anyways is because they force him to, the targeting of him. So, okay, I think we triggered Savior at some point on Cat, if I'm not mistaken. But one way or another, we've got our ultimate. Now we can remark her. It's remarkable, in fact. And remember, everyone else is stealthed here from R2-D2 because, you know, we popped smoke, but because we put that mark on her, she can't. It's an undispellable buff immunity on her, and so. Anyways, let's take her out. Okay, finally, took her out. Now everyone's max health is gone, and now we can begin the slong. The slong. What a word there, guys. Well, now we can begin the long, slow slog, which can be shortened to slong apparently. Which is not me trying to be obscene, actually. Come to think of it, that could be an obscene word as well. We're trying to slog our way through beating this team. So we killed Snips there. I think taking out Snips is actually a pretty underrated move, in fact, guys. At some point, Jedi Revan just kicked the bucket, which is unfortunate. But of course, Jolie's here to revive him and Grandmaster Yoda as well. And one thing that someone pointed out that I thought was interesting, I've seen where if someone dies, sometimes when you revive them, they're not actually able to. They don't get the Master's training thing from Jedi Master Luke again. Like that buff goes away, but apparently reviving them does now. I don't know if that's a change or if that used to be a bug or if there's a different circumstance. But one way or another, I mean, all right, killed Kenobi, and R2-D2's like, hey, I'm really fast, what can I do? And I'm like, well, we can just kill you too. So 60 banners, not too bad. And okay, so we've gotten through 2 Galactic Legends, probably 2 more in the back is what I was thinking. But here's the other thing, folks, and I should pause for just 1 second. The idea was I didn't want to use my bounty hunters because that was one of the only ways I could guarantee I could actually make some headway against a Lord Vader team in the back zone. So the idea, of course, here is that we have Gideon here with the Jedi, and because Gideon is faster than their Queel's really fast, the idea is they only have 1 tank, so Shaak Ti apparently gets to go first. I miscalculated a little bit, but she can use her basic to dispel, and then after that we can use Ki-Adi-Mundi, who's Relic 8 and does a huge amount of damage, to maybe pilot on against his Bando. You know, and Moff Gideon, of course, facilitating that by decreasing everyone's turn meter and rewriting it in the manner of which I chose. So, okay, we dispelled it. Moff Gideon goes. So we're going to reduce all of the cooldowns and everything, all the turn meter. And, all right, who should we armor shred? I guess IG. Who cares, really? But, okay, we got Shaak Ti again. What can we do here? Should we call someone to assist? I guess we can call Ki-Adi-Mundi if we wanted to. Just get some early hits in. But then we also have Hermit Yoda, who can call Ki-Adi-Mundi to assist. And so he does. And then Ki-Adi-Mundi gets to go. And almost just one-shot smites his 90k health Nest. Not quite, though. So we'll eventually get her. We do have a ton of debuffs on us, though. And Ki-Adi-Mundi's feeling a little forlorn there for a minute. So, okay, there's foresight on that IG, so we can't even dispel anything. Let's heal up a little bit. Of course, we're with Basti fallen, and so we may as well just. I mean, we have a bunch of bonus protection, I guess is what I'm trying to spit out here. So, all right, we got the dispel on IG, and I mean, we could just kill IG here. Actually, there's no. A lot of times, Queel can revive him, but he doesn't have the buff to be revived right now. So we could. We could just take him out. Why not? Let's just have Ki-Adi-Mundi go and kill him. And then I guess we'll start shooting Queel. Okay, next we can just do 269 casual damage, too. So that's cool. And then, it's not Queel. It's cool, though. And then, let's dispel that thing on Dengar. And slowly work our way toward the slow, inevitable slog. Toward his death. And Ki-Adi-Mundi ends up killing the entire team for 64 banners. We didn't use our bounty hunters. Was it worth the risk of using a Gideon team with the leftover Jedi? Which I consider that to be one of my favorite counters, actually, of this video. In the back, you can see he's got at least 2 Galactic Legends. And look at that, he's got General Skywalker. So, We've got to just deal with this Lord Vader now. So we've got bounty hunters. We're taking Fennec lead, and I could have used Beskar Mando here actually, but I like Zam here just a little bit more because then we can at least get the guaranteed kill on Royal Guard, which is going to be important. So, all right, we get our contract. You guys have seen this a million times. I don't need to slow it down for you, but I mean, essentially, you get your contract right away because of Fennec's awesome ability, her leadership, and you get the cleanse because of grief, and grief is fast enough to cleanse everything. Okay, so we've killed the 2 tanks. That's wonderful. So now who do we kill? We need to take out that Darth Vader as quick as we can, guys, because even though Maul is an overall more scary threat, the Darth Vader, if he gets into Merciless Massacre, he's going to mercilessly massacre us. So we got everyone dead. This is awesome. Remember, my Fennec is only Relic 7, so you know, and Relic 7 on Zet, like they're not the best. They're fast. My bounty hunters are fast, but they're not the best relict. And you know, the mods are okay, but they're not the very best mods either. But we can do some damage to him here, and everyone's kind of staying alive, which is nice. Zam being the sole exception, of course. And all right, let's try to take him out. We're close, guys. He's close to taking out the Fennec, but man, okay, we did it though. We got 56 banners, dropped 9, but with a 1 shot against Lord Vader, pretty nice. And now let's take a break from that back zone because just because that back zone is something we need to take care of. They have the toughest teams. We still need to make sure that we clear the top first so we can get into ships, because that's the priority. So we're taking Wampa here. You guys probably don't need explanation. I have a high enough tenacity on Wampa that he's not going to get stunned by any Iden in the game, I don't believe. Even it doesn't matter when she applies or when his tenacity goes up after the hit. It just doesn't matter. He's got 170% tenacity. That should be proof against even really bad luck. We should just be totally safe from any initial stun from Iden, which means that we're mostly going to be safe against any Iden team that's not fully like Relic 8 or something like that. So, I mean, we could probably just put it on auto, frankly, but just take our time here. Roar when we need to, break the ice when we need to, break Iden when we need to, and there we go. Another 68. Guys, we are being so efficient today. Super fancy. Alright, what's next? Okay, I was like, okay, well, this is weird. There's no Basti apparent. I thought Basti was gonna be in the back. I thought that she was gonna end up with like Starkiller or something weird, or maybe with like Sith Eternal, but no, she's just not on the board at all. And this squad is just exists to make life hard for Imperial troopers. So I'm trying to look at turn meter here. That's why I turned off the little reticle of all the different buffs and everything. So the idea here, guys, is we want to. Oh yeah. So one thing I should point out, guys. Here, let me just. Oh damn it all. Okay. Well, never mind. We got lucky right at the very start. Stark was going to use his basic right away to be able to potentially just put that defense down on Sith Empire Trooper, but the very first move he actually got an assist and managed to get defense down on him anyways, so it didn't mean that much. Okay, so we can pummel Malak, great, and now we got to take out the Sith Marauder. Now we got to start doing AoEs to take out Talon, because remember, this is an all-Sith squad, which means that if Talon is still alive when we take out the leader, which is Darth Revan, as you well know, then she's going to revive him, and they're going to health equal. It's going to be a mess. So if you can start doing the AoEs toward the end there, once Malak is gone, it's going to make your life easier. All right, so he's got Qui-Gon here, and his Anakin's nothing sneaky here. So I was like, you know, I don't know how Mace changes things. I guess he could mess things up a little bit, but he could mace things up a little bit. But if we can get our stuns and everything, we're going to get the first turn because there's so many buffs that we dispel from with Echo right off the bat. I mean, there's a reason this team isn't on defense much anymore, guys. I mean, unless you decide to go full investment, you put Kiadi Mundi and General Kenobi and everything, this team is just not that great on defense. I was actually worried I'd forget to include it in this video because that fight was just so dang short. And he's got Dash. It's not a team with the Omicron. Dash teams, more and more people are getting the Dash Omicron, and I think it's good, but I don't think it really moves the needle against Traya anyways, to be honest. So, yeah, he's got the Veteran Han in there, which Veteran Han does so many assists and counters and everything. He's pretty good, though he's only Relic 3 here, so he's not doing that much damage. I think that's something to keep in mind, guys. Like, I put Relic 6 on Veteran Han. He's going to go up to 7 and 8 eventually, once I actually have the ability to put more things, to relic more things. But, okay, so you'll notice I'm not hitting Dash, even though we want to take out Dash, but we're just going to use our Annihilate on him, because even though it's tougher to kill L3, we have Isolate on her, and so there's no big deal. We can wait, and we actually don't want to kill L3 super quickly, because we want Scion to play with his food a little bit, and normally he's a little more hurt. I mean, this is where relic levels come into play, guys. When we're facing someone with relic 7 and 8 on this squad everywhere, like, Scion is usually way more beat up. Like, we're using the whole squad, and I'm like, man, we probably could have undersized this just based on relic levels and everything, because they're not doing that much damage. And that's not shade on my opponent, it's just an indicator of when I have equal relics to my opponents, a lot of times it's going to be a lot more like this, where my guys easily survive, whereas like a fully relic 7 or 8 Dash team is probably gonna like come close to at least evaporating my team. So we got the 1 protection banner back from Scion, which is always important to try to get if you have the time and the options. So we got there, and then what's in the back zone? He always keeps Executor for offense. So I mean, these are all tough teams, though. So we gotta beat these 2 remaining. We got General Skywalker and Rey. And okay, this is gonna be really interesting, guys. Watch the taunting from Zalbar and Holdo, because people in the chat told me I played it wrong, and I haven't rewatched it yet. But there's the 2 taunts from Zalbar and from Holdo, and people were saying that I could have started hitting Rey at an earlier time. Okay, so right now we can hit Holdo, we can dispel her. Oh, we can't dispel her because we threw the little thing, and I thought that would dispel, but it clearly that's not what happened. But okay, so we need to get rid of these taunts. These taunts are okay. We can dispel it from Mara. This is okay. So they told me that Zalbar, we could have been hitting Rey right here, and they were wrong. Zalbar's totally taunting. We could have played it better, though, because we could have kept his shock on him longer, I think. So I think I did still play it poorly, but we needed to get Rey into damage immunity before she went into ult, so that there was an issue. And now, okay, so now we need to start hitting Rey as soon as we can, except there's also another taunt on Holdo here. And okay, now we can start hitting Rey to get her some of her what's it called, off of her. This is where we could have potentially gotten rid of her inspiration earlier. This is absolutely what we... So there was room for improvement on my end too, absolutely. But okay, so hurry up and do your ult, Rey. Hurry up. We gotta kill your team. Okay, so you did your ult. Let's get her into damage immunity as quick as we can. And okay, they're hitting Old Ben. That's no fun. No fun. Don't go kill Old Ben, please. Okay, just get her into damage. Okay, there we go. Finally did it. And, I don't know, having that second tank in there, though, man, that was destructive. Okay, Old Ben is gone. That's too bad. We kill Finn, and so I was just assuming that she's going to go into her ultimate stance once again. Okay, we got a revive, and then she did a whirlwind and killed 3 people. Holy balls. So I reacted with my Star Destroyer crashing down, and we killed at least 1 more, but, I mean... At this point, she's gonna pop her ult. We don't have enough, guys. We just don't have enough to be able to. We can't do anything. She just kills us. So poorly managed on my end, and I think that just gave me some issues. All right, so General Skywalker, we have Maul here because we don't have Lord Vader on defense, so we can take Maul for offense sometimes, guys. As we're just taking the Maul team with Watt just to make sure that we get first turn, and I mean easy enough. We just gotta drop him and. So the question is, do we do the AoE right now, drop him, and then try to get back? Or do we just Zerg down and maybe we're able to kill the Relic 8/5s? I just wasn't sure, but we just cold-cocked killed killed their 5s there. That was pretty fancy. Then we killed, what's his name? The guy with the stuff and the things, which is cool. Alright, so let's, what do we do? Do we kill Arc? Do we kill Echo? Can we kill Echo here before Skywalker stands up? We can, in fact, do it. So now we just gotta kill Skywalker, which, I mean, at the very least, this is very clean-upable at this stage. And, yeah, I've never tried this before. I've heard that it works nicely, but I mean, that was pretty smooth. Jango came close to death, which of course he wouldn't have been able to do his mini revive or anything. So, alright, we've got Rey left, but it's like, how do you clean up Rey when Jedi Training Rey is just so good with her? And so I had Bando here, just as kind of a, he always killed Bando with like really embarrassingly weak things, and so I was like, we're just gonna keep Bando as an option here. So look at this, we got 6 whistling birds is all, and I was like, can we just kill Rey? We didn't even come close to even getting her into damage immunity on Jedi Training Rey, and so okay, I mean, here we got damage immunity, but Rey's just about to get into her ult, so I probably should have just saved that damage immunity. I don't know, I'm clearly just misplaying this. And okay, does her ult and doesn't quite kill the whole team, but I mean, yeah, this is I'm like, man, okay, we're gonna see if we can get into, we got our whistling birds. Oh, we died. Okay, all right, so then I realized, I was like, oh, I have Geos. Geos totally solved this. Like, I should have used Geos to start with on this, but clearly I didn't. So, you know, that's on me and everything. And the idea is we need to get rid of Jedi Training Rey as quick as we can. We got Rey. The Rey is already in damage immunity, so that we needed that, but she already got that for herself. And Spy was not quite able to yeet their Rey down. And then I realized, okay, she has inspiration a lot here. We should really probably get that buff, or the ability block on Rey, and we should get rid of all the inspiration as well. So, okay, she's in her ult, that's fine. We just need to crit her a few times, get rid of that inspiration, and then I guess we'll just hit Jedi Training Rey for a little bit, just for funsies here. Does her ult, doesn't quite kill everyone, which is helpful, of course. We don't want everyone to be dead. And then, alright, maybe we could, I guess we may as well hit their Rey a little bit. We don't want to give her another whirlwind, though. I mean, she does her basic and kills our brute. I mean, it's a very scary thing. Okay, okay, thank goodness, we killed their Jedi Training Rey. Now, I mean, gosh, I should probably put more relic levels on my Geos, or better modding. I just don't care about Geos as much, but they're very useful in a lot of circumstances, guys. So, alright, the Rey is close to getting a second ultimate, which is, of course, very scary. Can we just yeet her down? Almost. We almost got her, guys. She's almost gone. But she's about to... Well, can she get a turn? Can we deny her that turn? What can we do? Can we get her down? Oh, she got her ult. Damn it all. Okay, well, let's try to heal up a little bit. And this almost guarantees that we're not going to get great banners here. So, you know, we're just trying to call all the assists on Spy to kind of ramp up the Spy's damage. And, okay, the ult didn't actually do much more than it did last time, which is great. And we managed to kill her, though obviously we didn't get our our health or protection. But, alright, we got through it, though, guys. We got through 4 GLs, General Skywalker, a bunch of other tough teams. And so now we're trying Finalizer here, because I was like, oh, we're faster than their Darth Vader. We can stop him from gaining all the turn meter, and I think we can kill their Sith Bomber right away, at least. And then who knows what happens after that. And what ends up happening, guys, is this is a fight I haven't really tried, because, you know, the TIE Interceptor is still relatively new, but we need, I think what First Order really needs is some way to cleanse things, because there's no cleanse. And I have my gauntlet on defense on the same fleet, but, oh yeah, I started with my tank in reserves, by the way, guys, just FYI. So we'll see that, him coming in as reserves, but we don't have any ways to cleanse ourselves, and that's a pretty big deal, actually, guys. Being able to cleanse would be really nice here, especially because of that buff immunity. I handed the turn to Silencer, and he just died because of all of his debuffs. That was maybe the most traumatizing thing that happened, actually, in this whole GAC, other than just totally wasting my Bando team trying to snipe out their Ray, or their Jedi training Ray. But I mean, we're not doing great here, guys. Is there any way we can kill anything else? Maybe take out that TIE Interceptor. I was like, ooh, look at TIE Interceptor. No protection, nothing. Maybe we can just double tap him. Maybe if I get Karth to relics, he'll be fine. Like, we'd be able to kill that Interceptor. But one thing to point out, though, all right, so we're going to lose this, absolutely. And we only have 4 total good fleets, because I put 4 decent fleets on. But we did manage to kill one character, which means that their Interceptor is going to start. He's going to be a starter in the next fight. So, all right, we're going to use Rebels here to take out their Negotiator. Of course, this is something I've done a lot. Try to get the Dispel on B-Wing, of course, or Y-Wing. Of course, we didn't get it, but all right, cool. So we just got to get Anakin into... We get Anakin into a state where we can take him out. I mean, it's just... He bounces back and forth from loyalty, no loyalty, stealth, no stealth, see people taunting him, protecting him. It's an aggravating thing, but if you know how to navigate it, usually you can navigate it fairly easily. And, you know, I wouldn't say it's easy to manipulate the system entirely, but it can be... if you've done it enough times, it's not that difficult to read all the different signs, I guess. It's so we managed it. 72. Yay, that's the soft max. Hooray for that. And now we've got... I have Executor on off, because he always uses his Executor to mirror Executors for 74, and I'm like, I may as well just have Executor on offense to kill something of his for good banners. Instead of him getting good banners, he'll get good banners with his Executor regardless. I may as well just use mine for good banners. We can just cancel each other out. What I should have done probably is use Executor to kill that Empire fleet, because it's pretty unknown. But it's also this Malevolence is a scary one because he has Vulture Droid in reserve. So when Vulture Droid comes in, then everyone's going to get blinded and Buzz Droid-id and everything, and it's a little intimidating for me just because I haven't faced that build for a long time. I was thinking about trying to do Raddus against it, but okay, so see, everyone is blinded, or was blinded at least, so yeah, let's take out their Hyena Bomber, and I mean, I started off with a nuke on his spy, which worked out, and then I killed the wrong bomber, so you can, or the wrong Vulture Droid, so you can see. I looked and I was like, oh, that's the real Vulture Droid. Great, cool, that's pretty neat. So we took him out. 72 banners again. We didn't get. I guess we did get 72 with Rebels, so that's pretty neat. We've got now, guys. We have Raddus here. And then we don't have much after that. Like of course, we have 2 other fleets that we could use, but it's a little bit scary. So okay, let's you know, we've got to finish this as many guys as we can off here. So when we did the mass assist, I kind of forgot about the bomber being able to do that. And remember, this is a 7-star resistance bomber, so you know it does die eventually, but it called the mass assist. It stayed around for longer than probably most of yours, but your bombers would. And then it's the question of, okay, can we? Should we just get a tank to protect Falcon? And at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? If Falcon can get his AoE off, then we can probably just kill a couple ships. And that's exactly what happened. Killed the Interceptor and the TIE Advanced. And we're doing okay now. So that's good at least. And now the question is, of course, who's going to get their ult first? We got 3 turns to get our ult to take out Tarkin. And then at the very least, if we can take out their fleet... Oh, shoot, they have their ultimate. Okay, good, thank you. They didn't kill me. But if Raddus gets another turn, we can at least kill Executor, or Executrix, and we'll be okay. But then Falcon decided to take matters into her own hands and take him out. So, ended up with a decent score there. And all right, so we got to get used to this new scoring system. I think this would have been with the old system. This would have been like a 1660, so not the strongest score, but at the same time, I mean, I dropped about 80 banners total. I don't know. My opponent put a lot on defense, though. In fact, a ton on defense. So the question is, are we gonna be able to? We're going to be able to actually beat their score or not. They actually attacked right before I went to bed. So let's check out the final results. And there you have it, folks. My opponent actually did fail just enough for me to get the, 43 banner win. So they were smart. They used General Grievous to... And then I don't know what they used for their second squad, but I talked to them a little bit. And by the way, they're very classy. We talked for a long time about this comp, or about this match. And so he told me a lot of stuff. I told him a lot of stuff. We shared our thoughts and stuff. But he used General Grievous and then something else to double tap my Sith Eternal squad. And then... in the back, he was able to use Sith Eternal to take out my Jedi Master Kenobi, but then he had to use Bounty Hunters. He only was able to snipe out General Skywalker because my Rex was fast enough to outspeed his Bounty Hunters. He said he was really lucky to even snipe out General Skywalker. And then I don't know what he used. He had to double tap to be able to finish him off. And then he went in and killed Luke, and only Luke, so it was just the droids. Remember, BB-8's making that whole team really fast because everyone else is droids. So they killed my Lobot Luke, and then everyone else survived. I don't know what he used to clean it up with. And then he one-shot everything, but he was starting to drop a ton of banners. Like, he dropped like 7 or 8 banners on my Night Sisters, for instance. So that was pretty cool. He one-shot fleets, but, man, I was so completely outgunned here, guys. And yet I felt like I played a really strong GAC. I had some blunders, absolutely, but starting to get some counters down, starting to think outside the box a little bit for some of these counters and figure out the mechanics of these teams. And I felt very, very in control here, guys. I don't know. Like fleets, obviously, I need some work on, and Star Killer against Rey has started off so strong, and it's been so weak for me lately. I need to do something differently. But I'm proud of how I played here, guys, and that's no shade on my opponent. He was very classy, very cool person, and great match. I'm sure you're gonna just destroy me next time because he's a better player than me too. But it felt nice to go in and execute my plan, and I mean, it's a good match. He was able to full clear me too, despite placing a really crazy defense of his own. That's what I told him. I was like, we both placed 4 GLs. And we both cleared 4 GLs. Like that's a pretty cool thing in and of itself. So ships are going to be tricky, guys. I don't know what the right answer is for them yet. I should have showed you what ships I had. Actually, it was what I put Chimera with the Imperial, like the TIE Interceptor stuff. I put Negotiator and Malevolence. Those are the 3 I placed. So clearly it wasn't enough to stop him, but. It's going to be tricky. And then, okay, so we boosted ourselves quite a bit. We're in place, number 140 something, 130 something, I don't remember. But, so we climbed quite a bit this match. If we win the next one, then, which we might be able to, then we might be in the top 100, and then maybe we can just stay there. I don't know. That would be nice. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Are you enjoying GAC? Do you hate the matchmaking? Do you love it? I've been loving it a lot. Being able to face all these really top players has been a dream for me, honestly, and it's sharpened me as a player. So, really been enjoying it. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, Xaereth prevails.